CIF playoff basketball is on the road for the Leuzinger Olympians on City Television. Good evening, everybody, from Rancho Santa Margarita High School. It is the Leuzinger Olympians taking on the Eagles of Santa Margarita. Although, Rufus, they are 0-10 in the Trinity League, this is a dangerous team.
A very dangerous team. It's a very strong league. Even though they're at the bottom, Leuzinger knows they have a fight in store for them, and Coach Pavaz has his team ready.
The visiting Leuzinger Olympians, Rashawn Haylock, came out with a big win against the Atascadero Eagles, or the Greyhounds, I should say. They had balanced scoring in that win.
Balanced scoring, and they were firing on all cylinders from beyond the arc. 15 three-point field goals, just 11 two-point field goals inside that stripe. They got to bottle that up somehow and be able to bring that hot shooting in Santa Margarita here tonight.
And Eric Childress for the Olympians was the leader. And this team on the Eagles, they have Joe Furstinger, who's their leading scorer.
Definitely, and he has to be a huge part of tonight's game plan in order for the Eagles to leave here tonight with the win. Like you mentioned, they were 0-10 in league play, but this is a very, very dangerous team. And they also get off the bench Austin Bennett, their leading shooter, who they've been missing since the third week.
And he has 38 three-pointers to prove that. Well, Rufus, it's going to be a huge one tonight.
It's going to be a huge one against a huge team. But, again, remember, fans, these Olympians are the #1 seed in Division III AA, so you should expect an excellent outing from them tonight.
Opening lineups and tip-off coming up next on City TV. Back here at Moiso Family Pavilion along courtside with Rufus Washington. I'm Lou Stowers and the terrific City TV crew and semifinals. And what a nice place this is. A beautiful place, even though it's 25 years old. It looks like they just built the place, didn't they?
It certainly does. A beautiful facility and a beautiful campus. They got here early enough to take a bit of a walk around. And, of course, it's representative of the type of facilities you see in the Trinity League.
So we want to thank Santa Margarita, the staff and the coaches here. And we're going to now hear our national anthem at center court from one of the students here at Santa Margarita High School. Tell you what, Rufus, I thought that was Anne Hathaway for a minute.
Well, that was as professional a rendition as you will hear, Lou. You can expect to hear her at Dodger Stadium or Staples Center one day in the near future.
Up the freeway at Angel Stadium or at the Honda Center. So now let's go to the starting lineups of the Leuzinger Olympians. They've introduced number 0, Devon Abner, a 6'3" junior, averaging 5.2 points a ball game for the Leuzinger Olympians. And they have now won 3 in a row. Number 33, Travion Anderson, one of the captains of this team, a 6'1", 175-pound senior. And Justin Delgado, a 6'1", 175-pound senior. Deontay Welch, a 6', 185-pound senior. And the captain, number 1, Eric Childress, a 6' senior. Now let's go over the Santa Margarita Eagles. Number 12, Colin Ferrer, a 6'2 freshman starting for this team. Number 10, Devontae Kleins, the point guard, a 6'1 junior. Number 23 in the middle, a power forward, Joe Furstinger, the leading scorer on this team, almost 16.5 points a ball game. Tyler Strauss, number 34, a wingman, also a captain, a 6'4 senior. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Eagles, number 33, Ryan Merritt, a 6'4 senior. The coach of the Eagles, a very nice man, Jeff Reinert, in his first year, but not in high school, maybe in high school, but in college. He has a long resume from sea to shining sea.
Absolutely does. And what was interesting about what he said was it was his first look at the Trinity League. He had no idea what he had gotten himself into. And boy, you talk about a baptism by fire. His team took one because, boy, they went 0-10 in league. But hey, that doesn't matter. They've been 3-0 in the 2012-13 CIF Division III AA playoffs.
And that's where it counts. They defeated Diamond Ranch, Lakeside, and Century to get to this point. 15-4 overall, 0-5 at home, Rufus. And the Leuzinger Olympians are 22-7, second place in the Bay League. They've won 3 in a row as well. Coached by Ali Pervaz in his third year, 60-21. The first seed in 3AA and number 5 seed are the Eagles, and second ranked in this division. Who are our officials tonight?
Our officials for tonight's contest are from the Inland Empire. Getting ready to toss the ball is the referee, Al Winters. Working with him is Bill Vanderwell and Buggy Pollard.
Eagles won the tip, and we're underway here at Santa Margarita High School. Right next door to Coda de Casa, and a steal right away by Eric Childress. And so the defense is going to work again. Begetting the offense. Just underway. Glad you joined us on City TV. Childress trying to go baseline, but good defense by the freshman Kleins. Baseline jumper off the mark. Rebound is off to Ferrer.
Nice open look by Trey Anderson. Couldn't get it to drop.
Into the corner. Now down low to Furstinger. Trying to get around Delgado. Block shot by Abner. And back comes Delgado. Good defense again. Delgado in a bit of a trouble, but gets out of it. Childress drives the wing, brings it back out. Long shot for 3 by Welch. That won't go down. Rebound is off, taken by Furstinger. And back come the Eagles. Beautiful lighting here in this pavilion. And a foul underneath. Ryan Merritt will earn 2 at the line.
And let's see who the official gives this foul to. Gives it to 33.
That's Travion.
That's Trey.
Trey Anderson. And Ryan Merritt is an 81% free throw shooter.
Right now he's a 0% free throw shooter. But if you're 81%, that means the rest of the way, you can expect him to drain them.
That's right. That was Jeff Reinert you saw. And that one was right down the middle, getting a little bit of the nerves off. So the early lead goes to Santa Margarita. Childress gets it back from Abner. Welch up top, but Childress says he'll take it. Ball is knocked away by Ferrer. Out of bounds, and they say it's going to be Eagles ball. So a turnover on the Olympians. With 6:39 left to go in the first quarter. Little bit of a ball press by Childress, but getting around it is Kleins. Now underneath the Furstinger with the hip shot too hard. Gets his own rebound. Can't get it to go down. And I believe that was Delgado with the rebound.
Leuzinger, though, being very impressive on the boards here, boy. And Childress draws a foul on number 10, Kleins. Well, no, they're going to say otherwise. Again. Okay.
33 is Ryan Merritt, his first
I thought it was Kleins. There you see the contact there.
Well, now they give it to Strauss now.
Okay. I think Strauss is going to say the same thing. Why me?
So Childress, double team, so that left Anderson open, and he gets it back. They're going to run the fist play. They're going to find an opening sooner or later with the double teaming going on. And ball is out of bounds. It's shoved out of bounds, and that should be a foul.
Exactly. That foul's going to go. Can't see the number from
Number
this
12.
angle. Number 12.
So it's Colin Ferrer. They're Ferrier, they're calling him. And that's first personal, second team foul. New 35 for the Olympians. Abner, ball fake. Dante Welsh, shots off the mark. Rebound is off, taken by Strauss. And full court pressure being applied by the Olympians. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Olympian ball.
Another turnover for the Eagles. 2 here in the early going. Leuzinger, though, by the same token, we got 2 minutes and about 20 seconds gone by, and they've yet to scratch, Lou.
And the freshman just kind of dribbled it off his leg and out of bounds. Childress for 3, just off the mark. Still trying to get their bearings on this floor, Rufus, and on this rim. 5:29 left to go in the first quarter. 1-0, a baseball score right now in Santa Margarita. Kleins gets it up top. Good looking freshman. Goes around to pick. Up and can't get it to go. Furstinger can't either. Volleyball out of bounds. Olympian ball.
So Olympians getting all the breaks underneath on the boards right now. We talked to Coach about this in the pregame. Coach, as you see on the replay here, Kleins attacks the basket, man. That goes down a long way. This is his home court. Just does not stay.
And this crowd here, we have courtside seats here. Just like a pro game or a Division I game. Nice shot and bounce up and in. I believe that was Anderson.
That was Trey Anderson. So finally, at the 4:52 mark, Leuzinger takes the lead.
Ferrier gets it down on the low block. It's a Merritt. Shot won't go down. Rebound is off, chased around, and finally taken down by Welch. And a travel.
Traveled by
Is it Justin Delgado?
By Justin Delgado. Got hung up in the air in this a moment of indecision, and that's what cost him. Had a Davon Abner open.
Yep. He's playing hopscotch without the lagger. Ball down underneath and up and in. Tyler Strauss with his first bucket, and the Eagles get the lead back. This is going to be a grisly game tonight. Anderson couldn't get it to go down, released it a little bit too soon.
Yeah, got to get a little higher up off the glass. Got to put it right in the middle of that square.
Kleins with a step away, won't go down. Rebound is off to Abner. Underneath to Welch with a little hook and bounced off that rim.
And that foul's going to go against Davon Abner, I do believe, Lou. Yep.
That's his first personal, second team foul. Anderson was also in the neighborhood, but he's already got one foul. So these fans are rabid basketball fans in South OC. Strauss dribbles it out of bounds, and did we get another foul?
Wow, and if we did, that one, is that going to be on Justin? No, that's going to be on Trey Anderson. That's his second here at 3:45.
No, it's got to be Delgado, Rufus.
Well, won't be the first time that. Now, I agree with you.
And now, and one.
And that
we can see the Ferrer made the bucket. Anderson gets his second personal, fourth team foul. Ferrier trying to get the three-point play.
Actually, that's Furstenberg, I believe, number 23.
Oh, sorry about that. You're right. That's his first bucket of the game and a 65% foul shooter. And he misses it. Shows why it's a 65% foul shooter, even though he gets 16.5 points a ball game. Long three-pointer by Childress.
And that's what Leuzinger needs, is for Eric Childress to find his shot and to find it early. And just like that, he makes it a 5-5 ball game.
With 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Strauss. 5 points for Tyler. So the Eagles answer Eric Childress's bomb.
Starting to heat up just a little bit, though, Lou. Remember, for the longest time, it was a 2-1 ball game, and there you go with Trey going to the basket to score a deuce. Makes it an 8-7 score here.
So yeah, it usually takes about this time for the Olympians to heat up. And so does Strauss. He has 8 points in this quarter, Rufus. And 2 in a row. That one misses.
That looked like goaltending for a second there, Lou.
And the ball is stripped away. Turnover.
Abner, you gotta find your ball handler, son. You gotta find your ball handler. You had him on the wing.
Austin Bennett would start on probably 95% of the teams in high school. In the ball game now, 7.6 points a ball game.
He had been out for a while, missed over 3 weeks with an injury. Finally back in uniform, and not a game too soon for them.
And we didn't mention, Rufus, about Michael McMillian being activated for tonight's game for the Olympians. Well, it didn't take Bennett long as the rebound is tipped by Strauss and out of bounds, and it'll be Olympian ball.
And Stephon Nathan on the floor now. So that gives them an extra 3-point shooter. And look who's making his first appearance. The big man, 6'5", 280 pounds, from parts unknown. Okay,
no,
Riley Sorensen.
And there is no uniform that can hold that body.
He already has achieved a football scholarship to Washington State.
So Division I bound, and let's see if they're going to give a shooting foul here.
Well,
so Riley right away answers the bell. So it'll be out of bounds for Leuzinger, his first personal, third team foul. New 35 for the Olympians, but Childress says don't need it. Strauss gets the rebound. Good defense by Childress, down underneath to Riley. Sorensen pulls his way to a pair. Biggest lead of the night for any team. Childress bounces it, had to bounce it, or else he would have been called for a travel. Turns the ball over.
Leaving your feet without making a decision, a cardinal sin.
Missed shot, an open shot for Strauss, and Childress gets the rebound, and the Olympians breathe a sigh of relief. Delgado goes in, didn't travel, but now the rebound is tipped and thrown away.
And now you got guys hesitant to shoot, which is the last thing you want to have happen.
Bennett.
Wow.
That's what you didn't want happen, Rufus. It's a 9-point lead, and Ali Pravaza said timeout with 57 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And for the Eagles, they have run off an 8-0 run.
An 8-0 run, Lou, for a game that at one point was 5-5. Actually, 8-0 run for them. So talk about putting the clamps on the Olympians.
Little Rashawn.
And thanks a lot, guys. Obviously, a huge run put on by the Santa Margarita team, but also they're killing losing on the boards early, 7-2. Now, that's a big point of emphasis for this Leuzinger team. Once again, undersized, going up against this much bigger, stronger Santa Margarita team. And the thing we can go back to is Sebastian Linder over at Redondo. He's 6'7", not the skills that Fostinger has here for Central Margarita, but Linder had his 2 best rebounding performances against this Leuzinger team earlier this season. A career high 17 in the first meeting and 13 in the meeting at Leuzinger, guys.
Trey Anderson just missed that 3-pointer, Rashawn. Thank you very much. And Leuzinger seems to be having trouble finding the basket, Rufus.
Right.
Bennett doesn't. Actually, he missed it long, and the rebound is off, and Childress gets it. See if they can dial in.
They can dial in. One of the things that they haven't been able to achieve so far, Coach Pavaz wanted a secondary ball handler for his team and hasn't been able to find it yet. Justin Delgado tries to knock it loose, but they maintain control and push it up the floor.
10 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Cutting in, block shot on Ferrier by Childress. Rebound is being fought for, controlled by the Eagles. And the time runs out.
And the one, 16-7 Eagles.
And Deontay got away with about 3 fouls there, but if they don't call it, I'm not going to call it.
So 7 points for the Olympians, and leading the way was Travion Anderson with 4. And a lot of missed shots in the first quarter by both sides. But normally some of those shots would go. Did see a little bit of hesitation in the shooting there by the Olympians as we got Egidio. Let's go over to him.
Well, the Eagles coach is his first year at this school. He has 24 years of coaching experience in the likes of Oregon and BYU in the college ranks. So a very experienced coach, and his team is looking pretty good right now as they have the lead 16-7 after 1 quarter of play. This one should be a great one, guys. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Egidio. And Trinity basketball standings, Santa Margarita is down at the bottom. 0-10, 10-0 Mater Dei. They are #1 seed in the 1AA division, and they face Rancho Verde. Below them, St. John Bosco in second place at 8-2 in the Trinity, and they are #1 in 3A, and they face Ocean View. And in the Bay League, Redondo still alive. They're #2 seed in 2A, and they'll face Glendora.
Well, that's what we talked about, the fact that the Trinity League had all 6 teams in the league in the playoffs. Obviously, Santa Margarita petitioned to be in, and boy, right now they're making a case for being the representative to play in the championship game of the Division 3AA.
Absolutely. Jay Serra, Olu, Orange Lutheran, that is, and Servite. And then Santa Margarita rounded out Mater Dei at the top of the Trinity League. Olu is the only team in common as a wild shot taken by Justin Delgado with about 16 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, he got trapped in the corner with nothing to do. Now, Leuzinger with their first fast break opportunity of the game.
Blocked away by Firstinger. But the ball is taken by Childress, puts it up in a block shot again, and Eric will get 2 at the line.
And that foul's going to go against Firstinger, I believe.
Foul number 23, Joe Firstinger.
And
his first personal and the 4th team foul.
And it almost appeared, at least for that momentary exchange, that one of the things that Coach Pavaz may have told him is that, hey guys, we're going to have to attack their big men and see if we can chop down this size by getting them in foul trouble.
Out of the ball game is Ferrier for the Eagles, and now 5 points for Childress. And bringing the ball across is Maritz. Kleins against Nathan. 2 youngsters with bright futures for their respective teams. Dumped down low, Childress steals the ball away. That's easy pickings. Nathan, a left-handed 3. It's a little short rebound. Is tipped by Anderson out of bounds. It'll be Eagle ball. 6:57 left in the half.
Olympians in there contesting on the boards, though.
So just going to say a little bit more aggression shown by the Olympians so far. About a minute gone here in the second quarter. Firstinger has it, going up against Delgado. Quite a chore. And banks it in.
And there's not much that Justin can do except try to keep a body on him, push him as far away from the basket as he can.
Anderson's going to be wide right. Rebound is snatched out of the air by Firstinger. 6'8", no one's even close on the Olympians. Kleins has the ball knocked away, but it's picked up by Merritt. Ball jumped off of the rim. Outlet pass to Welch. Back is Bennett. And a block called on Bennett. And look out. Let's hope that Deontay is okay. Holding his hand.
A little bit slow to get up.
Austin Bennett, his first personal, 5th team foul. Devon Abner looking to come back in the ball game for the Olympians.
Wow, and they're going to give Deontay the benefit of a shooting foul on that. It's pretty close. He must have just, well, let's watch the replay and see.
So there's the move.
Okay,
and,
well, he threw it up.
It'd be a 2 in the NBA.
Right.
So Deontay, a 63% free throw shooter. Boy, do they need him right now. Wow. In and out. Bennett out of the ball game, still a little gimpy. Has that right ankle heavily taped. And in the ball game is Brett Oostdijk. And back in is Tyler Strauss.
And Davon Abner comes in for the Olympians as Trey Anderson goes to the bench for a quick rest here in the early going.
So 1 point for Welch. 6:11 left to go in the first half. An 8-point lead for the Eagles in the semifinals of 3AA. Firstinger traveled. Looks at the official and says, "Really?"
Yep, and the official says, "Sure did."
Joe, only a junior. That means he's just going to get bigger.
Bigger and better. As if though he's not already good.
Three-point shot buried by Deontay Welsh. He now has 3 or 4 points, Rufus. And a little closer come the Olympians, catching up on the Eagles. Trying to put some salt on their tail.
And that's what they want. If they can get the big man Firstenberger out away from the bench, away from the bucket.
Klein's traveled a little bit too much hops. So I have 6 turnovers. I don't know about you.
I'll take your 6 because I lost track, to be honest.
And all things considered, Leuzinger traveled some pretty good people up down here across the fruited plain of Los Angeles and Orange County. Nathan gets it to Welsh. Long shot by Nathan.
Wow.
Buries it.
Nathan. There's your secret weapon right there.
That's a 2-point ball game, Rufus, and Jeff Reinert didn't like that at all. A 30-second timeout called with 5:11 left to go in the second quarter.
Because a game that at one point was a 9-point lead for the Eagles of Rancho Santa Margarita, as you see Stephon Nathan.
That's from the 241 toll road.
Right, absolutely. But guess what it does? With 5:11 left here in the first half, Leuzinger is drawn back within 2 after being down by 9 by a margin of 16-7 and 18-9 here in the second quarter. So kudos to the Olympians for fighting back to make it a contest. Still lots of time. This is going to be an exciting game, fans.
Seesaw battle here, right next door to where the Real Housewives television franchise was born. Coto de Casa right on the other side of the fence. Left to go here in the first half. Klein's with it. Gets it over to Merritt. Dumps it down low to Strauss with the left hand. Won't go down. Good defense by Abner. Back come the Olympians with 4:52 left to go in the half.
Good job by Delgado to slow it down for a minute. Wow. His shot doesn't go, but they come up with the offensive rebound.
That's huge. Had his shot blocked. And back over to Nathan. Wide open 3. In and out. Rebound handled by Oostdijk. He's a big kid too. Brett 6'5", listed as 6'5", probably grew since the program was printed. Loose ball picked up by Eric Childress with 4:20 left in the first half. And the Olympians can either tie or take the lead this time down.
One of the things that Coach Reinert recognized about the Olympians is that they're extremely...
Childress steals the outlet after the rebound by Oostdijk, but then throws it away. So a trade of turnovers with 4 minutes left in that half.
Was Leuzinger's athleticism just to finish the thought, and now they're starting to see a little dose of it.
The speed working for the Olympians on defense. And coming in the ball game is number 12, Colin Ferrer.
You say Ferrer, they say Ferrier.
Ferrier, like
There's
Terrier.
6 guys on the floor, though.
So coming off as Osdike as he hurt a pinky finger. Delgado acting like a defensive back, steals the inbound pass. Nathan gets it back to Delgado. And he double dribbled.
Wow.
So a good play on defense.
Yeah. And a
10-cent
missed
dribble.
opportunity.
Yep.
That's 2 missed opportunities. Lou down by a deuce at about the 5-minute mark when we looked up and we were feeling pretty good. But they've had 2 trips up where they came up empty, and now guess what? It goes back down to the big man inside.
And he has a half a dozen. A 4-point ball game with 3:30 left in the half. Bounce pass somehow got through to Delgado. And Justin said, nah, I better not. So they'll let some time run off. Over to Anderson, was wide open on the mismatch by Furstinger, but didn't want to go down and challenge the big man. 10 seconds on the shot clock, something has to break. Childress
Deontay.
won't go down, rebound is off to Furstinger.
Leuzinger now again reverting back to showing a willingness. And wow, they let number 33 get loose. Ryan Merritt.
And he has 3 points, Rufus. So Anderson takes it in against Furstinger and puts it up and in. That's what they're going to have to do, Rufus. Challenge him, and he backed off. Snaps a mini 4-0 run with 2:35 left in the half.
First and only with 1 foul thus far. And boy, they're giving him a hefty dose of him down low. Of course, every time he misses, Leuzinger has done an excellent job of rebounding so far in this game on the defensive end.
Eric Childress doing a terrific job. He just has to find the bucket in the hole. Bad pass. Look out for Furstinger.
Well, it wasn't the most beautiful slam dunk, but it counts as 2 points.
That's it.
He took about half the court to gather himself.
Yep, the Olympians have seen this lead stretch out again. 6 points. Trey Anderson wants to half that and does. 9 points for Travion, his first 3-pointer of the day.
And boy, he keeps Leuzinger within striking distance at 24-21.
And Eric Childress just ripped the ball away from Kleins underneath to Nathan. Stefan with an athletic move. He has 5 points, a rare 2-pointer for Stefan, and it's a 1-point ball game. So that gives the Leuzinger fans something to cheer about right now.
And if you're Rancho Santa Margarita, you can't be too happy right now with where you are, because in a game that you have essentially dominated, seemingly, you sit here and you think that at this point, as they have been at different stages, you think they'd have a double-digit lead. Here, they're clinging to a 1-point lead, albeit with possession of the ball.
Nathan out, Abner back in for defense, I would imagine. Furstinger gets it down low against Delgado, and no shot. Oh, they do count the basket.
No, he's saying on the ground.
On the ground, okay, so Delgado commits the foul. His second, 5th team foul with 1:16 left to go.
Justin doing all he can. Boy, you'd love to see if you can get out of this half without him picking up another one.
Kleins
comes down with a big rebound. Let's see if Coach will try to protect him the rest of the way.
Childress has it, double teamed. Gets it to Anderson.
Remember, fans, this Leuzinger team, the #1 seeded team in Division III AA, and that's not an accident.
Rebound is off, taken by Strauss. But check that, that's Ferrier. Gets it to Furstinger. Down low to Merritt. Turn around, no.
That's what they want, as long as the big man isn't there. Now they've got a 3-on-2. Wow, oh!
And Deontay Welch says, that's my bad.
Well,
nice pass.
Nice of you to admit that, Deontay, but you aren't the only guy that's made a turnover tonight, so don't hang your head. Keep your head up and keep going, man. He saw Deuce all the way. And, that's one of those, just like a receiver, wants to take off and turn upfield before he looks the ball in.
Yeah, you could see that as another steal by Deontay Welch, almost stolen away from Strauss, who gets the ball back.
Shot clock and game clock are virtually even. This is where they want Furstenberger way out here. Furstinger, I should say.
And that's 10 seconds coming down right now. Kleins with a long three. Wow. The freshman buries it for his first points of the ball game. A long shot by Childress is off the mark.
Didn't get it, but give a triple to Kleins. Boy, his only score of the half, Lou, that came with about 7 seconds on the clock, and that extended their 1-point lead out to 4 at 27-23.
Look at that. In traffic, Furstinger was also there as well. And it's a 4-point ball game for the Eagles over the Olympians. Now let's go to Rashawn.
Thanks a lot, guys. I'm over here with Coach P. Coach, you talked about trying to get this up and down game against their size. How pleased are you with the pace?
Not at all, because we're not running like we want to score. We're just getting out here on the wing and kind of just standing around and waiting for something to happen. We're not being active right now. We're not being active on the offensive end, so we got to do a better job of getting guys moving around without the basketball. So right now we're just standing and watching.
Trey showed some energy in that first half. He was attacking aggressively against the big 6'7" kid and also on the boards as well. How do you get everybody else to kind of pick up their energy?
Well, he's a leader, so hopefully they follow his lead a little bit. But we got 16 minutes to play. We got to get some things better for the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, thank you very much, Rashawn. And we're also waiting for Gideon to get with Jeff Reinert. And right now the leading scorer for the Eagles is Furstinger with 8, also Tyler Strauss with 3, and also 9 points for Travion Anderson, Rufus, and Eric Childress with just 5 points. Let's go to Egidio.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm here with the Eagles coach. Coach, your team so far looking pretty good, although you did get outscored in the second quarter, 11-16. Your thoughts on so far in the?
Well, I mean, they're very, very good. Leuzinger's, the #1 seed, so we've been lucky to hang with them, and we just hope that we can continue to do so.
What's your plan for the second half to try to upset the #1 seed here tonight?
Well, we got to take care of the ball. We turned it over a little bit. If we can take care of the ball and defend them, I think we got a good chance.
Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
All right, Egidio, thank you very much. And let's just go over the scoring rundown for the visiting Leuzinger Olympians. Eric Childress with 5 points, Deontay Welch with 4, and 5 points for Stephen Nathan. There were 5 big points, Rufus.
Absolutely.
And Travion Anderson with a big 3 towards the end of the first half and has 9 points. Delgado with 0 points. For the Eagles, 3 points for Austin Bennett, 3 for Devontae Kleins with that big 3-pointer towards the end of the second quarter, and 8 points for Joe Furstinger, 8 points for Tyler Strauss, and 3 points for Ryan Merritt, 2 for Riley Sorensen to round out the scoring. So what do you tell the Olympians to do in the third quarter?
I think just as Coach said, what they've got to do is start moving. He said we're standing around too much watching instead of playing. He wanted an up and down game. We're not going up and down. When they showed spurts of it, they had success. Here's the key. They're still only down by 4 at 27-23 in a game that by all appearances, if you look at it, you would think that the Eagles of Rancho Santa Margarita, as I said before, would be winning by double digits. So, hey, there's still lots of basketball to play, and even though they'd rather be on the other end of the score, all things considered, I believe, Lou, that they're in excellent position.
I'm sure that both coaches are telling them to make their shots, finish things off, and we're going to finish this off when we come back. Third quarter action coming up on City TV. Back on the CIF Ford Basketball Championships presented by Farmers. Santa Margarita with a 4-point lead over Leuzinger, #5 seed leading the #1 seed. And before we get started, Rufus, want to give a shout out to some ladies over your right shoulder. The Lady Eagles, the water polo team, are going to be playing Mater Dei for the CIF Championship tomorrow. And so good luck to Coach Ricks and his ladies.
I don't know much about water polo, but I suggest you take all the help you can with you.
That's it.
If you're going up to the home of the red and black. Because nothing comes easy there.
Just about ready to get underway here, and glad you joined us on City TV. Sitting courtside with Rufus Washington, I'm Lou Stowers, and Egidio and Rashawn handling the sideline reporting duties. And active, talk about active, the Eagles come out on fire. Furstinger now with 10 points.
An excellent ball movement by the Eagles to score that basket. Takes the lead back out to 6 at 29-23. Leuzinger is yet to lead in the contest, although they've been as close as 1 point at 24-23. So that means, obviously, that the Eagles are on a 6-0 run over the last couple of possessions, starting in the second quarter, going into the third quarter.
Abner with it. You see what Ali Pervaz, head coach of the Olympians, told his Olympians. Anderson trying to get around Furstinger, does, and puts it in.
Wow, you talk about attacking the big man. That's exactly what Trey did on that play.
Ball dumped down low to the big man, gets it back out to Strauss for 3. A little bit off target and taken by Welch. Furstinger is just that. So he is Mr. Everything for this team. 11.1 rebounds, the leading rebounder, leading point man. Anderson trying for 3, a little bit long. And
wow,
ball is taken away from Kleins by Childress. Drops the ball but picks it up. 3-pointer by Abner and puts it in. Rolls it in for his first 3 points of the ball game. And a whistle on the floor with 6:35 left.
So it makes it a 29-28 game. It's what they've got on the board. So I missed a score somewhere along the way.
25 is 29-28. That's correct. The first bucket was scored by Furstinger, and now the next bucket is scored by Furstinger.
That's the guy that they have no answer for, Lou.
And that's true. The only guy that can guard him is Justin Delgado, and he has a lot of lower depth, a lot of strength in his lower body. And the big shot taken by the big guy, and that is number 12, Ferrier.
Ferrier assists.
And that's his first bucket of the game, and a foul called, and that's going to go against KJ Costello.
We'll see when they put it up on the board. No, they give it to Kleins.
Okay. Or was I off? Eric Childress, just 5 points in the ball game. Devontae Kleins with his first personal, first team foul of the half, and Childress now has a half a dozen. And there you see the Olympian faithful and Ali Parvaz's mom right there in the middle. Childress sinks the next one. He's a 70% free throw shooter. Now with 7 points, Jeff Reinert.
So he was fouled on a 3-point attempt, so that's why he's shooting 3, fans. I've already marked it down. Please make it, Eric. My bad. Oh!
Broadcasters jinx. Ali Pervaz. Arms crossed, hoping the defense will hold up. Down low to Merritt, looking for Furstinger breaking in, but Delgado, good defense. Merritt, or check that, Strauss would have counted, but he'll get 2 at the line.
There's a foul's going to go against Deontay Welch.
Deontay's first personal, first team foul. And Tyler Strauss and his 8 points go to the line to shoot 2, a 76% free throw shooter. Shows why. There you see the foul committed by Deontay.
Easy one for the official to call, and the official made that call, and properly so. That was Al Winters.
Abner with the rebound, and back come the Olympians. Welch, Abner back to Delgado with 5:25 left to go in the quarter. Childress bounce pass underneath, and look out below.
Wow, and
Yeah,
the big man is injured. This is going to be where you talk about how
an unfortunate situation too is, I think it was Anderson who had the ball.
Right. And everything's clean there. I mean, that's just a nice up and under fake, you know, because Travion wants to get the shot up toward the basket.
And let's hope he's okay. landed on his side and hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him.
Still grimacing in pain, and the crowd has gone completely silent. We're going to watch the replay one more time. And you talk about, we don't see it down on the bottom where his head hit the floor, but as you said, it looks like it may have been a shoulder. Trainer out there to assist him, head coach out there with him. Obviously, that means he'll have to come off the floor for at least one play, but I think their concern is greater than whether or not he's out for one play as opposed to whether or not he's out for the entire game.
So 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. And now everybody's huddling up at their respective benches as Jeff Reinert, the head coach of the Eagles, is over him as well.
And again, the key thing to indicate here, nothing untoward about the play at all. A simple basketball play. Big guy goes up to block the shot, loses his balance. Trey Anderson did not undercut him at all. Trey actually wanted to, on the pump fake, to be able to go up and take a shot at the basket. Saw a quick shot there of the Leuzinger crowd and a great display of sportsmanship as they're cheering him on. Looks like they're asking the young man how he feels and can he go. And right now, what you got to look at is the concussion symptoms,
Right,
Lou.
exactly,
Okay.
because he did get his bell rung, that's for sure. We know that.
We're going to see how they handle it.
Two fellas that are about the same height.
And the official,
6'9".
the referee, we need to see a shot of this, is going over to talk with them now. He's asking them with regard to whether there's an issue of concussion. Now, the referee can also make that judgment if, in his opinion, the player is exhibiting signs of having suffered a concussion.
Now, he's smiling right now, and there's the trainer. He's going to ask him what number the truck was. So time will be back in. So that was the second foul. That's a tough way to earn a foul on Furstinger, and that's the second team foul as well. Delgado gets blocked by Ryan Sinclair, and the ball goes out of bounds. Or Ryan Sorensen, excuse me.
And I got to give Sorensen credit. He did nothing on the play but stand there, Justin hoping for a call, but it was a call that wasn't going to come from the official.
Kleins picks the ball up, gets it over to Ferrier, and a foul on Deontay Welch. That'll be his second here in the quarter. The second team foul with 5:03 left to go in the third. And a 5-point Eagle lead. So we'll keep an eye on Furstinger down there. Down low is Sorensen, and he just doesn't have the hops that Furstinger has.
Okay.
I can't understand why.
Man, boy, you sound real brilliant saying that. Yeah.
Well, jeez.
I mean, look at the guy. Now, if he had the hops that Furstinger had, we really would be seeing something special.
Well, he's a special young man. Come on. He's going to get his wings clipped and going to be a Cougar next year. Ball underneath to Anderson, and the ball is blocked, and it's a foul. So Trey will get two at the line.
And here's where they've got to make their move, Lou. If one is to be made, this is the time to make it. With Furstinger on the bench, I wouldn't be doing anything but attacking inside. No outside shot. That's their only inside defense, their primary, because the big guy, Riley Sorensen, is a space eater. But he doesn't have the foot speed, all right, with good ball movement and interior passing to keep up with the Leuzinger Olympians.
He's a space eater, although he does have a nice move. And 13 points now for Anderson, and it's a 3-point ball game with 4:35 left to go. And Ryan also has 5 fouls to give.
And Justin Delgado is doing the right thing. I think you put two guys on him and you front the big man. There you go.
And he just did force the turnover, Rufus. Anderson goes past Sorensen.
And his basket is good. And that's exactly what they were looking for, and that's what I call for, Lou. You've got to attack the paint with the big guy out.
And that's Sorensen's second personal. Fourth team foul. Anderson playing that one brilliantly. And here comes Riley off the court. Nathan coming back in for the Olympians. Ferrier back in for the Eagles.
And also Brett Ostdike at 6'5". Now the big man comes back.
Well, some of his teammates might say he landed on the right part, his head.
And Leuzinger, I'm sure, is going to test him first chance they get. And we're going to keep a close eye on him.
That's right. And I meant that purely in jest.
Like,
Furstinger gets it, double team, now has to pass it off. That leaves Ferrier open, but the shot was blocked. Rebound is loose, still loose. Jump ball, and no possession arrow.
possession arrow favors the Olympians.
Okay.
Right there in the center, pointing the Olympians' way. Olympians with their first chance. They've got the ball, a 1-point deficit, an opportunity, Lou, to take the lead here. Their first lead of the ball. No, actually their second. They led 2-1.
That's right, they did. 3:50 left to go in the third quarter. Anderson, wide open three over Furstinger. There it is.
So
18 points for Trey.
Leuzinger has fought all the way back, fans, to finally get a lead here at the 3:36 mark.
Furstinger wanted to shoot three, but Delgado was right there in his shirt. And Anderson was there to bother the shot by Ozdijk. Rebound picked up by Furstinger and one. I think he's just fine, thank you. It's all tied up at 37, and Joe has a chance to get the lead back.
Let's see, and they give that one to Stefan Nathan.
For Stefan, that's his first personal, third team foul. And that was just a good move by Furstinger to get around Stefan. 15 points in all. By Furstinger, getting off the deck after a hard fall. Zone defense being employed. Actually, that's a flex zone defense shown by the Eagles. Anderson again for three, that's short. Rebound though goes to Welch.
They got a fresh clock. Let's see how much of it they use. Wow.
Foul. Anderson looked like he was fouled, no call. Back comes Kleins and the Eagles, and he takes a tumble, and a foul is going to be called. Eric Childress can't believe it, but he gets nailed for the foul. That's his first personal. And the fourth team foul, just a tangle of legs coming down the lane. So near 35 for the Eagles. Inbound pass is kicked around out of bounds. It should be Leuzinger ball. It is. And Joe holding his hands up around his head saying, nope, that was my fault. As he was trying to look to go up for the basket right away off the inbound.
He certainly was. Well, what a well-played ball game by both teams. Turnover by the Olympians. Big man coming there, gives it off to Klein. Klein from three-point range. Wow, great effort by Justin Delgado to keep that rebound alive and give Leuzinger a chance. They trail by one, 38-37, 2:25 here in the third quarter remaining.
Childress setting it up. Looking at the defense. Coming out is Ozdijk, and that's a foul. And that's probably going to be on Kleins.
Foul number 10, Devontae Kleins, second.
Devontae's second personal. That's the fifth team foul with 2:14 left to go in the third quarter. Officials calling this second half a little bit tighter, Rufus. But then it's more aggressive on both sides.
Absolutely, because for somebody, there's only 10 minutes left in their season.
Coming down to 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Delgado gets it off to Anderson, goes up and under, and falls down. Bad shot. Kleins gets it from Furstinger after the rebound.
Well, I thought there was some contact there. They got way wet. Furstinger way out top.
Dishes the ball off. It's stripped from Merritt. And Childress again can't believe he was called, or a foul was called.
I think it's going to be on Stefan Nathan, and it is.
That's his second personal, fifth team foul. Back in the ball game is Tyler Strauss for the Eagles. Coming in for Ozdijk, and Devon Abner comes in for the Olympians. In for Travion Anderson. Looking for Furstinger, is wide open, but the ball is tipped by Abner, and they're going to call a foul. Are they going to call a foul on Devon? Yep.
And then
looked
again,
like all ball to me.
Well, it looked like a lot of it, but it's that swipe down move, Lou, that a number of officials, including myself, are more times than not going to instinctively call.
Ball is inbounded after they couldn't get it into Furstinger for the easy bunny. So now he goes up against Delgado, gets it back out to Strauss for a long two. Rebound is off to Childress. Here comes a 3-on-2 break. Childress wraps around to Abner for the layup. 5 points for Devon.
And Leuzinger takes the lead back at 122, 39-38.
Underneath to Merritt. Merritt up and under around Abner for a nice move and score. And a seesaw battle continues.
40-39 for Rancho now, so that lead was short-lived. Need to have a good stop here.
Kleins goes all the way, gets a tip up and in. He was left wide open underneath Rufus. Now with 5 points. 55 seconds left to go. And a foul. Devontae Kleins, that's his third personal. Both teams now out of fouls, Rufus, as Kleins comes out. Coming in the ball game for the first time is Shane Kavanaugh, a 6'4" sophomore.
Okay, and Shane's going to have his hands full, and as we've seen the Olympians do in the past, they're going to test Shane real quick. Delgado's three goes up and over the backboard.
Well, Justin really has to start getting going, Rufus, because he has 0 points tonight. Averages about 7.6, has been a little bit better than that in the playoffs. 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter. A 3-point Eagle lead, semifinals of the CIF Ford Basketball Championships presented by Farmers, 3AA semifinals. Terrier.
Wow.
Was he blocked by Abner?
Well, it looks like it's going to be on Stefan Nathan. No basket. No, well, you're right. It was Abner. Nathan was in the area. And that's Abner's third foul. And going to the line to shoot the 1-1 is going to be Colin Ferrier.
Colin is a 11 out of 15 from the line. Getting the start tonight. Makes the first one, has 4 points. There you see the foul. It appeared that a little bit of a late whistle. Second one coming up for Colin, averaging about 3 points a ball game. 27 seconds left. And the last shot, probably, maybe, going to be taken by the Olympians.
Right, you would think, and I think there probably is a good probably. If I am, the first thing, you don't want any more points added to this lead. So you want a worst case situation. Eric throws it up. Deontay now comes down.
He came off of Javion Jamison in the ball game as the quarter comes to an end. And a 4-point lead. Deontay Welsh still on the court as he got the air knocked out of him.
Well, right now Deontay's
fall.
he's being Deontay. He's taking a little rest. He says, I don't need any help. I can make it on my own. A little bit of frustration, but he gets up, walks off on his own, and after three, it is a 43-39 ball game.
Let's go to Egidio.
A little scared there, guys, for the Eagles as number 23, Joey Festinger, went down a little bit with the head injury. I went and talked to the trainer. They said it was just a little bump on the head. He's okay. He's back in. He leads the team with 15 points and 7 rebounds as the Eagles do have the lead on the Olympics going into the fourth quarter. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much. Egidio just trying to do some math here. So the Eagles having a good third quarter, Rufus.
They had an excellent third quarter as they outscored the Olympians put up, actually, both teams match one another. Olympians put up 16 points, and they put up 16 points. So we're right where we were at halftime of a 4-point ball game with 8 seconds left in regulation.
Dueling 33s facing off against each other on the inbound. Ryan Merritt in the Eagle white. Travion Anderson in the Leuzinger Olympian blue. Three-point shot taken by Terry. Won't go down. Rebound is tipped to Furstinger and count it. And one. There's just no stopping Furstinger tonight.
Wow.
Stefan Nathan with his third personal, 8th team foul. Furstinger now with 17 points. And there you see the replay. So a 6-point lead now for the Eagles, make that 7. And 18 for Joe. Childress trying to weave his way through traffic. Anderson passed a wide open 3 up. And look out.
Nearly lost. Delgado from downtown, he can't get it to go. And they can't control the rebound, although they got a bunch of hands on it.
Kleins gets it over to Merritt. Rebound taken by Jamison. 7:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Anderson.
Whoa.
Would have counted.
And that's what Leuzinger has to do. What you just saw in that stretch in the last 43 seconds, Lou, was Leuzinger running the floor with purpose. I do believe that if they run the floor with that kind of purpose, good things will happen for them. It's a game of foot speed. And nothing against the Eagles. The Eagles have a different kind of game. Foot speed isn't their game. It is the Olympian game. The post game is the Rancho Santa Margarita game, in which they've played at an excellent level tonight.
Certainly have. Travion Anderson with a 2-shot foul. How big are those missed fouls? And Terrier committed his second personal. That's the 7th team foul, so both teams are in the bonus.
Yeah, we're shooting the rest of the way. Boy, every foul, at least on the defensive end, it's not, will send you to the line. So Trey gets 1 out of 2.
16 points, and now it's a 6-point ball game for the Eagles, who have the ball, looking to move on in the 3AA. Ball is tipped and stolen by the Olympians. Delgado gets it to Trey. Back to Justin. Anderson sees Nathan but keeps the ball.
It's about ball movement. You've got to keep these Eagles having their feet moving. The more they have to move, the greater the advantage is to you, except for when you go in against the big guy.
Blocked by Furstinger, and back they come on the turnover. Kleins with it, trying to get around Childress, and Eric commits the foul.
That's a lot of body, you know. I mean, that looked like good body, good defensive position. If you're looking at Eric, I mean, he's giving ground. The officials saw it the other way, though.
Now he's explaining what he saw.
And Eric asked him again, are you sure you saw that?
Second personal on Childress, 8th team foul. Check that 9th team foul. Kleins makes the first one, here into the second one. Now with 6 points. Eagles also trying to win their first game at home this season. This is the second and a lane violation. I believe that's going to be on number 33, Merritt.
Yeah, we got a foul, and that means we're going to shoot 1-1 going the other way.
So that would be the first personal on Ryan and the 8th team foul. And who's going to win the coin flip to take the shot? I would imagine it would be Childress. So now Merritt goes over to ask the official what went wrong. Ryan, 6'4" senior, averaging 9.5 a game. So it'll be Travion Anderson going to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. He has 16 points. 3 out of 5 so far.
Big front end. Big front end, Lou. Big front end. 40, 47, 41. And of course, with this clock stopping on every whistle the rest of the way because of the foul situation, I'm trying to figure out in my head, who does that favor the most? My guess is going to be that it favors Rancho because it gives them an opportunity to grab a rest if Leuzinger gets out and runs consistently the way that they can.
Stefan Nathan came out. Deontay Welsh comes back in. Comes back in. I'm thinking the other way around, Rufus, but that's just me. But right now, there's the give and go underneath to perfection to Tyler Strauss. 11 points for Tyler. Javion Jamison also in the ball game for Leuzinger. Travion gets it back out to Justin Delgado.
Too much standing around, not enough movement.
Childress with 10 seconds left to go. This defense is being very harassing to the Olympians. 5 seconds. They better get something going. Delgado goes down underneath with the rainbow. No. Rebound taken by Delgado. Blocked by Furstinger. Got a little bunny hop, got away with it. Kleins trying to get around and gets it to tip barrier. And ball snatched away by Anderson, but it's going to be a foul against Merritt.
That's going to be another 1-1, and now both teams with 9 fouls. So on every foul the rest of the way, we're going to be shooting 2 free throws after this 1-1 set.
Second personal on Merritt. And for Anderson, another shot at the line with 5:33 left to go in the fourth quarter of the semifinal game in Division 3AA. Makes the first one now with 18 points. Five out of 7 tonight for Anderson from the line. Makes both of them now with 19 points.
And it's a 6-point ball game, 5.5 minutes left. Lots of time, boy, but the big problem for the Olympians is that big guy right there in the post, number 23, Joe Furstinger. As you can see him right here, and when he draws that extra coverage, that leaves a defender, one of the offensive guys open.
Welsh now trying to defend against Furstinger. The tallest kid on the team listed at 6'4". Kleins with 8 seconds fires a 3. A little bit off the mark, and it goes over the backboard. It'll be turned over to the Olympians with 5:02 left in the fourth.
6-point ball game. The Olympians have a triple in their bag. Their crowd sitting here sideline. Boy, as you look around, a bunch of students, a nice full crowd for them. And as you said, these Olympians have traveled pretty well themselves for tonight's contest.
Ball fake for Childress, up and under. Can't get the sweet roll, and Furstinger gets the rebound. Back come the Eagles on a 2-on-2. Kleins holds up.
I'm sorry, Lou, that's been the story of their evening. Balls on the rim, can't get them to drop.
Just haven't been able to figure out this rim at Santa Margarita High School all evening long. Furstinger has the ball stripped away, picks it back up, and has the ball blocked by Anderson. Finally picked up by Welch with 4:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Leuzinger comes back.
Olympians still showing some fight. Somewhere along the way, a timeout may serve them well.
Welch gets it to Anderson, trying to get around Merritt. Can't do it. Good defense by Ryan. Childress now against Kleins. 15 on the shot clock. Goes up with the left hand, too hard off the glass. Might have been tipped by Strauss. Here comes Kleins. Or check that. That's Merritt, and he's fouled. That was Kleins that came down. With 3:55 left in the fourth quarter. That's Deontay Welch, number 3.
And you see the replay there going way up in there was Trey Anderson, fortunately coming down without risk of injury, but number 2, Deontay Welch with the foul, sending Merritt to the line to shoot 2.
Now he got the sweet roll with 8 points. 50 points for the Eagles. And they average 59 a game. A couple of the assistants for the Eagles. Merritt doesn't make the other one, but still a 7-point lead with less than 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Or regulation. Childress. Anderson had his 3-point shot tipped by Furstinger, and Kleins comes back with it. So second chances are very rare right now, and a block is going to be called on the Olympians. And that's going to send Kleins to the line for 2 in the double bonus. And getting up slow is Eric Childress with his 3rd personal.
Official ruled he didn't get there quick enough. Seemed to have had his body in front of him, but bit of a slide to get there. That's what drew the blocking foul.
Childress actually not coming off, coming towards the bench. I don't think he's taken 1 second off this season. 7 points for Devontae.
He certainly hasn't taken any time off when the game was in question. Obviously, a lot of game situations where they had garbage time. He was taking off. Now it's a 9-point game with 3:33 left. The Olympians probably go to their 3-point arsenal.
There's one. 10 points for Eric.
And so just like that, what was a 9-point game, and that's the value of the triple, now becomes a 6-point ball game.
Childress with his first three-pointer and actually his second three-pointer, and that's only his second field goal of the night. So what's going on in that huddle?
Well, you know, first of all, you tell your guys keep your chin up. That's the number one thing. You want to stay in the game. You're still in striking distance. Still plenty of time left on the clock. You got to get stops, though, Lou. You got to get stops. And the question they got to ask themselves, and I think it's too early just to start throwing up threes willy-nilly if you are the Olympians. You know, run your offense, take what they give you. If it's a three, take it, but try to attack the basket. On the other hand, as you see Trey Anderson there, if you're Rancho Santa Margarita, the Eagles, I think you can just about guess what they're going to do. All right?
Dump it into Joe.
And that's exactly what I would do. You don't have to be a Phi Beta Kappa to recognize that that's your best option.
Winner of this game gets Corona Del Mar or Damien. 3:22 left to go in the fourth quarter. 6-point lead for the Eagles as Kleins gets the ball. Boy, now we know why after watching him, how this junior has really led the team with a point. Furstinger puts it up, gets a sweep around himself. 19, Chicktat to 21 points for Furstinger.
Whoa, that's a block.
And a block, and that's going to be 1 and 1 at least. Don't know if that's going to be the shooting foul.
You got 10. Well, you got 10 fouls on the board anyway, so every foul the rest of the way, unless it's after a made basket, is going to be a 2-shot foul.
Third personal on Furstinger. That'll send Anderson back to the line.
It's a little more comfortable to shoot when you know you're shooting 2 free throws as opposed to the 1-on-1. So, Trey.
With 20 points now, Ali Pervaz trying to squeeze a little more out of his Olympians. Trying to get it back to 6 and does. 21 points for Anderson.
Again, where's the stop going to come from? That's the real question. And that's what happens when you sell out on the big man. Great passing big man. He finds the cutter, number 12. There's Justin's shot put up. Can't go. Doesn't go. They come down with it. Eric with a triple. He can't get it. And that's what I'm talking about. That's when you attack the basket. If that's what's there for you, they open the lane. Still a 6-point game. 2.5 to go.
Justin Delgado's first basket of the ball game. Strauss gets it to Merritt. Being guarded closely, and a timeout called by Jeff Reinert, a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout, 22 on the shot clock, so they still got plenty of time. Good timeout to be used at this point, considering the amount of time you still have left. So he'll be able to draw up a play that he wants his Eagles to run in this situation. Conversely, on the other hand, it is about stops. As the saying goes, at this point, you can no longer afford to trade baskets.
So 2:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. 10 points for Eric Childress, 21 points for Travion Anderson. Furstinger has 16 rebounds to go along with his 21 points. 8 points for Devontae Kleins, 9 points for Tyler Strauss, and 8 points for Ryan Merritt. This team has really come together here in the playoffs. Gets it to Merritt. As falling down is Abner, and not a travel, but a foul is going to be called on Devon Abner just by being in the way.
Well, good call by the official. Devon actually tried to pull a chair from under him. The official caught him on the play, so that's going to send to the line to shoot to Ryan Merritt.
With 8 points, and for Devon, that's his 4th personal. Merritt makes one, now with 9 points. Ryan, an 81% free throw shooter. Like we said before, averages about 9.5 a game, so he's right at his average. There you saw the foul on the replay. Now with 10 points.
8-point ball game, 58-50, 2 minutes left in the contest. A couple of ticks over 2 minutes.
Childress.
Wow.
And the tip by Abner wouldn't go in, but Childress got the offensive rebound. Delgado swings it over to Childress from the corner. He loves that corner. So Leuzinger, and now we have an official timeout. It looks like Ferrier. And Eric Childress has started to heat up Rufus, now with 2 3-pointers in the 4th quarter.
And Ferrier looked like he took a pop in the nose.
See if we can see it on the, well, nope. Put a timeout on the floor with 1:52 left to go.
Well, the officials have told him to come back on the floor. Now they're going to send in a substitute for Ferrier. Kyle Cruz, the 5'8" senior who averages 2.5 points a game, is coming on.
Hey, you hear the coos. Those aren't boos.
All right, well, thanks for clarifying that, because for a minute, you can't tell the coos from the boos from the loos.
That's right.
You know?
1:50 left to go in the ball game. A 5-point lead for the Eagles. Trapping defense by Childress and Welsh. Merritt gets across the timeline.
Big man has it. He's being pressured. Eric Childress with the steal goes to the basket and scores it. 58-55 ball game, 1:30 left.
So 1 possession game with 1:25 left to go. Kleins going against Childress. The ball was picked out of Furstinger's hands. Merritt now gets it to Furstinger, and a steal attempt by Welch turns into a foul and 2
Deontay, you
shots.
had the right idea, buddy, and he just got a little bit too much arm. You talk about Deontay was like a viper. I mean, he saw that one coming, and we won't see it here. You see the tail end of it. He runs in there. He knew what they were going to do. Everybody in the gym knows what they're going to do.
Coos comes out. Kavanaugh comes in.
Now they're saying that that's 5 on Deontay.
I only have it at 4.
And the board has it as 4 as well, so I'm not sure why they were blowing the horn.
Well, because the Eagles brought in a couple of players, brought in Kavanaugh.
So now we got officials having conferences all over the court. You got one official over on the sideline with their coach. On this side, if we can see it, you got the official talking to Eric Childress.
So Coos can't come in yet. He'll have to wait. Actually, Kavanaugh can't come in yet. He'll have to wait. There's Big Joe. All 6'8" of them. With 21 points. Lays a brick. Now Kavanaugh in, Coos out.
Well, the pressure tightens up on you just a little bit as that clock winds down, and it's a two-way street with regard to pressure. Joe feeling a little bit of it there. Let's see if he's able to shake it off and knock this one down.
He does. Now it's a 2-possession game with 1:15 left to go.
Clock's not an ally of the Olympians, so they've got to make something happen quick.
Delgado looked like he was bugged by Furstinger, but the Olympians get the ball back. Welch Whips it around to Delgado. He likes that spot too. A little bit short. Klein's way up for the rebound. When are they going to start fouling? Under a minute left to go. Wide open is Kavanaugh. Makes the bucket.
And so that
Shane
will just
Kavanaugh
about
with the
wrap
rare
it up,
bucket
Lou.
with 48 seconds left to go. That's
Wow,
a
there was-
two-possession game, and ball was just thrown away by Leuzinger. Eagles are now in the driver's seats as Justin Delgado commits the foul.
And you see Coach Ali Pavaz giving the official an earful because he knew his guy was fouled down on the end. Bill Vanderwell was in the vicinity, didn't make the call, and at 61-55, with Klein's going to the line to shoot 2.
Klein's with 8 points. Now he has 9.
So how about
That's 3
this,
out of
Lou?
4 tonight from the line.
A team that was 0-10 in the Trinity League, last place, dead last, although they finished 12-14 on the regular season, is going to be playing for the Division III AA championship.
35 seconds left to go, and Childress with it. Anderson rolls it in over Kavanaugh. And Travion now with 24 points. Still a two-possession game. 63-58 with 20 seconds left to go.
5-point ball game, you're right, at 63-58. But the fans of Rancho Santa Margarita, Eagle fans, are feeling pretty comfortable right now, and rightfully so. It's looking up in their favor, but these Olympians, one of the things that they will attempt to do is extend the game as long as they can, Lou, and first they're going to make the defensive effort to try to go for the steal. That doesn't work, you go for the quick foul.
22 points in the ball game for Joe Furstinger. 21 points, actually, pardon me, 24 points for Travion Anderson. 28 seconds left to go. Still needs to be decided. Can the Eagles get their first win at home and advance to the 3AA finals? Do the Olympians have a run in them? Delgado, Jameson, Nathan, Anderson, Childress out there for defense against the Eagles with Merritt, Ferrier, who is fouled by Nathan, Furstinger, Strauss, and Klein's. Foul was on Nathan, that's his 4th.
Okay, and let's see. Looks like that's going to send number 12, Ferrier, to the line to shoot 2. Only 1 second elapsed on the clock. That's what you call extending the game.
6 points for Ferrier. He is 1 for 1 so far from the line. Now with 7. So the hope for Leuzinger is to keep it right here, hoping that Ferrier would miss this one. And of course, Ferrier wants to make this one to make it a 3-possession game. Delgado comes out of the ball game, Rufus. And he does miss that one. Childress off of the rebound from Welch. 22 seconds left. Jump shot won't go down from 3-point range. Abner for 3. That won't go down, but we have a foul, a push. Let's see if it's going to be on Furstinger. Looks like it is by his body language.
And he's going, really? Why would I need to push a guy that's 5 feet tall? And of course, well, actually, that is Stephon Nathan. And Nathan
come on
is
now,
5'10".
Rufus.
Okay, well, call him 5'10". But again, Furstinger is 6'9".
Stephon now with a half a dozen points, and here comes Strauss back in the ball game for Shane Kavanaugh.
Oh, and then coming in for the Olympians, Javon Jameson's going to come in for Deontay Welch.
Second one is missed. Anderson with it, and did he step out of bounds? Yes, he did. With 14 seconds left to go, Trey Anderson had the rebound, but stepped on the baseline.
So they're going to guard the inbound play, and once again, they're going to go for the steal.
And that'll be Childress on the foul, his fourth. And Kleins will go to the line. So Eric Childress with 15 points, right around his season average of just over 16. Devontae Kleins back to the line in double figures, just a little bit over his average, has made a living this quarter from the line. 5 out of 5. Oops, broadcaster's jinx. Jeff Reinert doesn't look like he has a 5-point lead with 12 seconds left to go in a semifinal championship game. So there is a 6-point lead, still a 2-possession ball game, and a timeout on the floor with 12 seconds left to go. So Leuzinger is going to have to act fast if they want to tie this ball game up.
Absolutely. I don't have track of the Olympian timeouts that are remaining, but you can almost rest assured if they score. Obviously, and now here's the other thing. At this point, you've got to go for a 3-point play. Whether it's a 3-point shot or attack of the basket and hope for the foul, you got to have 3. You no longer have the luxury of shooting deuces.
That's right. And unfortunately, 15 or 16 shots were made by the Olympians against Atascadero at Lou House, but not tonight. Not having so much luck tonight with this rim on either side of the court.
Well, and they haven't had any luck, not just with the 3, but they missed a lot of inside buckets. Okay, that was the other thing that hurt them as well.
So there you saw the scoreboard. Leuzinger inbounding the ball. Abner will get it. Childress breaks out from the corner. A wide open shot, but still shot the air ball. 5 seconds left to go. And Nathan.
And the dream will come to an end here in Rancho Santa Margarita, Lou, at the home of the Eagles from the Trinity League. The Olympians will wrap up a fantastic season. They came into this tournament the #1 seed. And unfortunately, they're going to go down to the #5 seed, 65-59. Now what I want to see the Olympians do is demonstrate an excellent display of sportsmanship that's worthy of a team that was ranked #1 and a team that knew they had challenges. They met every challenge during the course of the season as best they could, came out on the long end, Lou, more times than not. The challenge tonight was just a little bit too tall for them, a little bit too long in terms of the road trip, in terms of the environment they were in. Didn't have the game at home. Rancho Santa Margarita holds court here. A victory that they earned, well officiated game, and they're going to walk out here and go to the championship game, as you said, against either Corona Del Mar or Damien, winning by a margin of 65-59 over right now a very disconsolate losing Olympian team, but a very, very ecstatic Rancho Santa Margarita Eagles. And it looks like Rashawn is going to be with Coach Ali Pavaz. So, Rashawn, take it away.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. I'm here with Coach Pete. Coach, you just talked to Coach Reiner. What do you have to say about your guys?
You know, I love the way my players battled, you know, and it was a few plays down the stretch could have went either way, and you know, they got the bounces, they made the plays, and you know, they played a great game on us. But my guys fought hard the whole way. You know, we didn't do a good job of a lot of things, but one thing we did do was we played hard the whole way. And you know, the ball bounced a couple different ways, and you know, Santa Margarita got some good bounces, and their kids made free throws, and their kids made plays down the stretch.
You talked about the pace, you talked about the rebounding earlier when we spoke to you before the game. Where do you think it kind of went wrong here tonight?
I don't know. You know, I don't know. I thought a lot of things I liked. I think offensively we got really stagnant. That's the big thing. We didn't move around without the ball. We didn't get those little backdoor cuts, layups that we're used to. We didn't get the easy ones. Every point we got was a tough one. You know, we need to get some easy ones to balance that out, and we didn't do that tonight.
These seniors, these guys were just sophomores when you took over, and they really bought into you and what you were doing and trying to establish here. And how tough is it to see these guys walk away?
Well, it's tough. You know, we got an outside shot of making the state round. We got to wait and see what happens. I don't know if it's a good shot or a bad shot, so we're not going to hang it up just quite yet. We're going to hope that we get a little bit better, but if these guys played their last game, they played fighting, you know, and I'm so proud of them, and it hurts me that I couldn't take them to that next level, but nonetheless, I'm very proud of those guys.
Hey, appreciate you stopping, Coach. That's Coach P, guys. Gracious in victory, obviously gracious here in defeat. A tough one for the Olympians here on the road in Santa Margarita, guys.
Certainly was, Rufus. Certainly was, Rashawn. Thank you very much. As Rufus said, at too much length in the literal sense. We had a 6'8" junior for the Eagles in Joe Furstinger, and he had 22 points to wrap things up for the Eagles. He was their big man on campus, as he proved that as getting their first win here at home, believe it or not. And Egidio has the winning coach.
Thank you, guys. I'm here. Coach, first of all, congratulations on the upset over the #1 seed here tonight. A huge part of that, Joe Furstinger had a huge game, 21 points, 9 rebounds. Your thoughts?
Well, number one, that is a great team, Leuzinger. I mean, that was one of the toughest teams we played all year. There's no doubt about it. They can play in the Trinity League. They're athletic, they're quick, they're a difficult team to play, and they are so well coached. That coach does a fabulous job spreading the floor. We were in trouble the whole night, it felt like.
Coach, next is the CIF finals. What's your plan heading into that game?
I don't know. We're just, to be honest with you, feel so fortunate to get by a great team. We don't even know what's going to happen next, so we're just happy that we were able to upset them. They're a great team.
Coach, again, congratulations and good luck and enjoy this win. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Egidio. And Coach Jeff Reinert in his first year here at Santa Margarita High School, gracious in victory and really giving a compliment to the Leuzinger Olympians and their young head coach, Ali Pervaz.
Absolutely. And, of course, he talked about his 24 years of experience playing, coaching at the highest levels of college basketball. He understands what it's about. He knows that teams like this, you see each other again down the road, but there are a couple of things that worked in their favor. One, starting playing at home. That helps. And then having Joe Furstinger on your team doesn't hurt you either. You know, and the Olympians, you're right, they played, I think, just about as well as they could. They didn't get out and run as much as they would have liked. They know that. I know that. The coach knows that. But, you know, sometimes, and I'm saying this to Coach Pervaz and the Olympians, sometimes you just get beat by a better team.
That's right. Tonight they were a better team, and the shots weren't rolling in early on for the Olympians, and they just couldn't get, it seemed like they just couldn't get used to the rims here, and the rims were not cooperating on the bounces with especially the 3 balls and a lot of those shots inside as well.
Right, and although Coach would tell you they've gone up against height all season and been successful against it. He mentions West Torrance, that is, that they beat 2 out of 3. Tonight, the height or the lack thereof caught up with them.
It sure did, as they had a lot of kids well over 6'4", and the biggest one, Joe Furstinger, also Tyler Strauss and Ryan Merritt, and even Riley Sorensen did his best out there in limited action for the Eagles, who are now 16-14 and 1-5 at home as they upset the #1 Olympians in 3AA, and the final score again 65-59. Well, let's go over the scoring, shall we, unless you have another comment?
Well, you know, just the other thing in terms of, I want to talk about the Leuzinger's defense. I mean, they tried everything they could, but the counter, you know, they had, Rancho Santa Margarita had an excellent counter. Justin Delgado did as able a job as he possibly could, given the disadvantage that he had. And every once in a while, Leuzinger tried to swing a guy over to help him. Well, what did Furstinger do? Which he's been trained and taught to do, and he did it in supreme fashion. He kicked the ball out to a wing guy, and they knocked down triples. So, you know, you were caught in between. And that's what happened to the Olympians more than anything else. And when they tried to one-up on Furstinger, he was just too big for any of their defenders. And you're going to give us a score, but we know he was in the 20s in terms of points scored. So.
And the Eagle defense also spread the Olympian offense out, kept them on the perimeter, way out on the perimeter, so they really never could get a lot of comfortable shots from the perimeter or even inside as well. So a hard-fought win for the Santa Margarita Eagles. And let's go over the scoring for the Leuzinger Olympians, who end their season at 22-8, have their 3-game winning streak snapped in the playoffs. 5 points for Devon Abner and 15 points for Eric Childress, 4 points for Deontay Welsh, 6 points for Stefan Nathan, and Travion Anderson with his biggest game, probably point-wise of the season, with 24 points and 2 points for Justin Delgado. And for the victorious Eagles, it was Austin Bennett coming off the bench and retweaking that ankle, it seemed like. 3 points for him, 10 points for Devontae Kleins, an impressive performance for the 6'1 junior. Colin Ferrier with 7 points, and he was a hard-nosed defensive player all night long. 2 points for Shane Kavanaugh and 22 points for number 23, Joe Furstinger. Number 9 points for Tyler Strauss, 10 for Ryan Merritt, and 2 for Riley Sorensen. And Ali Parvaz mentioned the seniors on the team, and let's go over them for the Olympians. Eric Childress, Deontay Welsh, Dante Johnson, Michael McMillian, Stefan Nathan, Javion Jameson, Travion Anderson, and Justin Delgado. And hopefully they'll get another shot as they wait to see how the state brackets will come out. Well, let's take a timeout on the CIF Ford Basketball Championships presented by Farmers. That was won by the Eagles over the Olympians, 65-39. We'll be back. CIF Ford Basketball Championships presented by Farmers on City TV, and we saw a great game today in Santa Margarita where the Eagles fly over the Olympians 65-59. And let's go to Rashawn and Egidio.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. The 3 Live crew cut to 2. Just myself, Egidio DeLeo here at Santa Margarita. And Egidio, this team was big. This team was physical. This team challenged Leuzinger, unlike we've really seen so far this season, the way we've covered them. Redondo, of course, gave Leuzinger some issues, but that was just different. With they were able to do with their length and just kind of slow down this Leuzinger attack. It was obviously special here tonight and had Santa Margarita on their way to the finals.
Definitely, like you said, a big key to the Olympians struggling here tonight was Joe Furstinger, number 23, the underclassman. Huge game, 21 points and also 16 rebounds on the defensive end. Just a monster down low, and the Olympians didn't know what to do with him. You know, they were frustrated, and it showed in the scoreboard.
And you've seen this Leuzinger team play week in and week out. You've been here with us. Why do you think Santa Margarita, this team, caused them so much trouble here tonight?
They were an underdog. They had nothing to lose. They were fighting. They're the 5th seed, and they played the number 1 seed. You know, best they could do is upset them. Worst they could do is go home, which everybody expected them to do. But they came here. They were ready to fight. A great head coach, or the Eagles coach, with 24 years in the college ranks, in the coaching experience. So a really good coach team. And like we mentioned, the beast down low, Joe Furstinger, really stung it too.
You're talking about Coach Reinhardt. He was a teammate of John Stockton during his college days at Gonzaga. And also he coached Paul George, who's now with the Indiana Pacers. He coached Paul George during his 2 seasons at Fresno State. So a lot of experience. And, of course, Furstinger came in here and he did his thing tonight as good as advertised. We were talking about it before the game, guys. 0-10 in Trinity League play this team was before coming into the playoffs. An 11-game losing streak heading into the playoffs, but it shows you just how much respect the Trinity League has. They were a 5th seed. Despite not winning the game in league at all, they were still a 5th seed in this division and obviously gave Leuzinger all they could handle tonight. And on the Leuzinger side of things, you kind of got the sense that they were just kind of dragging their feet in the mud a little bit. As every time they tried to get started, they just could. They kind of were their own worst enemy here tonight. Talking to Coach at halftime, you heard him say how he wasn't pleased with the running game. He wanted his team to get up and down the floor a little bit more, and obviously it just wasn't happening for them tonight and just wasn't to be. We'll see what happens come state time. The state brackets will be out. They're going to have to wait some time. You got all next week for finals to happen, and it'll be that weekend following finals that the state bracket will be released. So a lot of chomping at the bit, a lot of biting the fingernails, hoping that they'll be able to get in to the bracket come state playoff time. And we'll see. There's another division in state. There's an open division this year as well, remember. So that should mean there should be extra space and should be a slot for this Leuzinger team to make it. So hopefully we haven't seen the last of this team this year, Coach Provaz, and, of course, all these talented seniors, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Rashawn and Egidio. Great job, as always, on the CIF Ford Basketball Championships presented by Farmers. 65-59 is the final score here as the Eagles defeat the #1 seed, Leuzinger Olympians, and they will take on the winners of either Corona Del Mar or Damien. And again, you got to take your hat off to Jeff Reinert and his coaching skills. And I also want to give an Eagle tip of the hat to Devontae Kleins, who had 10 points and really did a good job on Eric Childress and whoever he had to guard tonight as well.
He absolutely did. And again, he was one of those many shooters that kept the Leuzinger defense honest along the night. And you're right, expert ball handler, though, and presented a lot of challenges for the Olympians. Of course, the biggest one of them all was that one in the middle, and that was Furstinger. And as I said, you know, again, I'm going to repeat my point because I know these guys are trying to analyze what happened. Well, what happened was tonight, as I said, you got beat by a team that played better, if you will. If you want to look for a silver lining, they played better and they won. But they also had some things that have been a problem for the Olympians. So hopefully, somewhere along the way, the Olympians in kind will have some height going forward. But before we put a bow on this season, as everybody said and as Coach Pavaz said, they're hoping for perhaps an at-large bid to the state playoffs.
And Leuzinger has earned that respect over the years, so hopefully there is some confidence that they will be in the state championship round. Well, it's time for our Player of the Game award, and one guy for the Olympians really rose to the top, and I think that was Travion Anderson.
I think it was Trey without a doubt. He literally carried them the whole night. I mean, every point that he scored was critical. It kept them close to the game, kept them in the game, went to the free throw line, knocked down big free throw after big free throw that kept them there. Also, as he always does on the defensive end, rebound and everything else. So, Trey, you know, I know you had some ups and downs this season. Always been, though, a critical guy in this Leuzinger attack. And tonight, you were the man. So, congratulations on being recognized as the player of the game.
24 points, Rufus, and 15 of those points were in the second half when they were desperately needed for that Leuzinger Olympian attack, and a 6'1" senior, so congratulations to Travion. How about the Tip of the Hat award? Eric Childress had 15 points, and, Devon Abner had 5 points. Stephen Nathan had a good game as well with 6 points. So got to scratch our head here, and who do we give this to? I mean, it is the end of the season right now for the Olympians,
and thank you for that. And to me, it's way too easy to give Eric Childress. Not that he doesn't deserve it, because Eric, you are the Leuzinger Olympians this year. No one will debate that fact. Right. Okay, period. But I think in recognition, and because this may be the fans' last opportunity to see this group of seniors who've played here, some for the last 4 years, 3 years in the varsity program, who came out tonight, and this whole season gave fans thrill after thrill after thrill, except tonight, at least for the regular season and for the CIF Southern Section playoff season, they've come to the end of the road, perhaps as basketball players, but not as people in life. There are many more journeys left in front of them, and so I'd like to recognize, Lou, and suggest that we recognize the entire senior class of this Leuzinger Olympian team as they either wrap up their basketball career in the state tournament or move on to their other pursuits in life.
So Eric Childress, Deontay Welsh, Dante Johnson, Michael McMillian, Stefan Nathan, and Javion Jameson, Travion Anderson, and Justin Delgado, you get the tip of the hat. Where's the hat?
You get the tip of the hat. Here it is right here. We brought it out. You see it there as we was taught. Louis, you getting a good one of this? You awake, Louis?
Louis, zoom in on the.
Okay.
Here, okay, I guess we got to do it ourselves here. There we go. Look at that beautiful hat.
There you go.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And,
Can I say that about?
Don't ordinarily do, but let's let them see how
there you
it
go.
really looks.
And I do want to say, sheesh, I tell you, is that James Bond right here, or Shaft? But got to tell you what, the seniors on this team, I've watched them since they were in middle school, playing on the asphalt in the summer at Keith Pearl's Ballers Tournament. So I'm awful proud to say that I know all of these seniors from back in the asphalt days when they were wearing black T-shirts in July. there at the Ballers tournament put on by Keith Pearl and Reggie Morris.
Absolutely.
Or Kevin Pearl, excuse me.
Absolutely. And, you know, and for some, there will be more. It's been
Kevin
fun.
Posey, I'm
Coach
sorry.
Posey. You know, and it's always, you know, anytime you ride with the Olympians, a fun ride. And I want to thank Coach Ali Pavaz. Can't thank him enough for the way that he's opened up himself and his program to us, allowed us completely unfettered access to the players, to him as a coach, to his assistant coaches. Just a gracious group of people. And anytime we're in Lou House, man, I feel like I'm right at home.
That's right. I like that name, Lou House, too. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Should we put a bow on this one and put it up on the shelf?
This is it. And then we got to find out just a teaser. We don't know what Hawthorne did, so there may be some more City
Or
TV
how about
basketball. Lawndale. We know what Hawthorne did.
That's right.
I'm sorry about that.
J.W. North
I meant to
was
say,
was
and
there.
Hawthorne, no offense, I meant to say Lawndale.
That's
we
right.
don't know what Lawndale did, and hopefully if they came out on the long end of their game against J.W. North over in Riverside, we may see some more basketball next week.
Well, we'll see what the Cardinals are doing. We may be back at the cage. So for now, though, it's time to say goodbye. We've got to put a bow on this one.
This is it.
Put it up on the shelf. And I want to thank you very much for tuning in to City TV. The CIF 4 Basketball Championships presented by Farmers. And we saw on City TV the Santa Margarita Eagles defeat the Leuzinger Olympians, upsetting the #1 seed 65-59. For Tom Strickfadden, the City TV crew, Rashawn and Egidio and Rufus Washington, I'm Lou Stowers telling you so long until next time.